squad. How's that going to go down? Roma's Karsdorp wants explanation from Mourinho and Ziyech in Morocco squad despite a lack of game time at Chelsea. And there you have it. That's what we're going to be talking about inside of the locker room. So join the action already. Get your messages in and let's start off with detention.
Yes, let's start with detention in Asaba, please.
Yes. So this enveloped following the partial collapse of a two-story building at the multiple sports complex of the Stephen Keshi Stadium, where some persons were reportedly injured.
Yes, so yesterday we heard news. This is the multipurpose site for the sports festival that's supposed to hold on the 28th of November. I'm speaking with humility now. This is not humble enough for you, and you come at me on social media, we'll fight. Um, but this is
Tega don't do humble one. I'm not sure if
this is Urobo humble.
Okay.
So with humility, yes. Reports came out that a part of the building that they had put up for the games had collapsed and people were injured. So yesterday, one of the commissioners came out to speak in charge of the one of the members of the LOC in charge of the building came out to speak that um, I think it was an equipment that slipped and hit the wall, and so it fell, and then of course people were running helter skelter and somebody got injured. Now the person that was injured has been treated, and at the end of the day, that the workers had gone back to work. Now me, Tega Onojaife of Abraka, Uroka village.
She's just letting you know.
I'm just letting you know that it may be some time before I walk into that multiple hall. I'd be covering the rest of the stadium. But yeah, they have tried their best to, say it wasn't that there was a structural problem, it was that the equipment actually, the crane was carrying something and somebody, mismanaged the crane and it hit the wall. But the person that was injured had been taken to the hospital, wasn't, and treatment had started. Nobody died. That's the news we're hearing from them. Nobody died. But work has continued as at yesterday. So hopefully, the sports festival will go on as planned. Yes. I'll just want. No, I will not be covering the multiple hall. I just, I don't like to use my personal experience to learn important things. I like to learn from other people's experiences. But we've been assured, and I will say this, that they will not endanger people's lives by putting them in there. So I'm sure the building is structurally sound. So wait to see how this pans out.
Let your feet do the talking.
I don't do that. What's wrong with you?
So sorry. So sorry. Please, let's talk cars now. And Ferrari's Charles Leclerc said on Wednesday he was more focused on next season than battling Red Bull rival Sergio Perez for second place in this year's Formula One championship, saying my mind is mostly focused on next year. Of course, we'll do everything to try and get the best results possible for the last two races, but the most important is to try and build on these last two races in order to be a better team next year.
Yeah, all the things you say when you
when you
just want to make do with what you have. I mean, because at the start of the season, it was Charles Leclerc just about to come and take the crown. Ferrari has been planning this season for 2 years. They're ready to come back. Next thing, the horse in Ferrari just bounced off the Ferrari car and left the car on its own. I mean, it was like, one mistake
without me.
Yeah, it was one mistake after the other, one poor strategy call after the other, one reliability after the other. Before we knew it, the fight fizzled out before it even started. So really horrible 1 year for Ferrari, and especially Charles Leclerc, who looked like, okay, yes, now that people are going to know that I'm a driver. We didn't find out this year. So he's saying, okay, so maybe next season we've learned from all our mistakes, we've sorted out all our reliability issues, and so next season will be a good season. So yeah, he's just saying if Red Bull wants to take first and second place, I'm not going to contest much. I'm already focused on this last two races, the last races left in the season, just for me to get prepared for next season. It's not necessarily to fight Sergio Perez for anything. I think that pretty much sums up what the season has been. But I mean, the Brazil Grand Prix is not even about any competition anymore. The driver's title has been decided. Constructor's title has been decided. You pretty much know where everybody's going to settle at the end of the day. So we'll just go and enjoy a race. See if Max Verstappen wins another race and sets the number of records. Yeah, I know. And set the number of records for number of races won in a season, and just take it from there, yada yada yada. Nothing much except to support your favorite driver, see how well they do, and enjoy the lifestyle of F1.
This is what they talk
Because the
about,
competition is over.
good sportsmanship, right? Because I'm sorry, no matter what he does, it's gonna be boo from
Oh
me.
yes, if
Always and
you think I
forever.
cannot be a sportsman, you know how somebody will tackle you, then your team will lose. Then at the end of the match, you gotta be shaking their hands. Can never be me.
See, yeah,
What's happening
if
here?
you're in the studio with us and you do something, this is the domain of the queens of petty.
Yep, yep.
I will not let it go. I will not let it go. Just letting you know. All right, so moving on now, and EFL Cup holders Liverpool were handed the toughest of fourth round draws yesterday with a trip to Premier League champions Manchester City.
Yeah, the good news is that Liverpool know how to play Manchester City, and with the EFL Cup, of course, excuse me, with the EFL Cup, both coaches are going to try out, their youth players. As you saw earlier on, it was the likes of Palmer that beat Chelsea. So before Chelsea will start to brag about anything else, it's Palmer that knocked you out on the EFL Cup. And then Liverpool went all the way to penalty shootouts, but then through to the next round. Last night, though, Manchester United played against Aston Villa, and at some point, it did look like Unai Emery had come with the code to beat Manchester United, because twice they led, but twice Manchester United came back, and eventually Manchester United won that game by 4 goals to 2. So Manchester United are through to the next round, and I think they take on. I think it's Bournemouth. No, Burnley. Yes, they take on Burnley next. Bournemouth takes on Newcastle. So yeah, so tough ask for Liverpool now. And here's what makes this even worse. So the EFL Cup is going to continue while some other in other countries in Europe will go on break. You know that they go for Christmas break. But you also know that in England they have all this Boxing Day football.
Man, I feel bad for them because you're just like, okay, we're watching Boxing Day football. Somebody is playing Boxing Day football.
The World Cup will end, I think, December 18th or 10th. I'm mixing sports festival dates.
Don't worry, Google Shopper is
December,
here.
yeah, December 18th. Anyway, English players are back to England, and it is
December 18th.
Yes, December 18th, and it is that they come back that December 18th, and they continue playing football from that week, from that middle of the week. So no breaks.
That's the world's tiniest violin
No
playing
breaks.
right now.
And this is I'm sure this is what the players. I mean, the players are just talking about it. People want to do all this UEFA Nations League. You want to do all this extended UEFA Champions League. You want to even start your own European Super League. Like, who is the person that's going to play all these things? It's beginning to sound again like war, where the rich men are the one making decisions, is the poor men that are dying on the field. Like, what is happening here?
Are they poor?
You that know.
Are they poor?
Yes.
Are they poor?
They're not as rich as people making decisions.
Okay. All right.
That's poor compared to them.
Okay. Good. Oh, these poor
okay, let me
football
use
players.
Poor, but come on, man.
Oh.
But you will know how rich they are, because when they're making this money. If you ever sat down to listen to these athletes, they're making this money in the season. They're making this money, and you know that sometimes you retire around 33, 35, and you have to live all the way till 80. And then the money finishes at 40.
No, but what I'm gonna say is this, and this is why I like which one was the MBA, right? Where they do business training.
Yeah, so with the MBA, it's a little even it's a lot better, because they don't only do the business training, they bring it to you. Like, so half of Golden State Warriors, those people that stay in Oakland, half of them are into tech. So most in general, you are into the business around the area. They bring it to you. So they're like, look, I think you bought too many cars. Come here. Have you seen this? Have you seen this asset management?
Imagine this will get you 20 cars
exactly
in 10 years.
They just be like, oh, you have a problem. You're in AA. I don't want to know what it is, whether it's drinks or anything else. Just come. See this investment. Put your money right here, right now. Just sign the dotted lines. So I like what the NBA does. I mean, football likes to do that for people, tries to do that for people. But at the end of the day, with football, it's a lot less. I mean, you would always see the Ronaldinho. I think we need to see a
lot of structure and that thing happening
for footballers.
Footballers, because there's only so much empathy I can display
Yeah, because
when I'm not making your big bucks, but I'm also not
because think about it's
falling by
easy
the
for
wayside
the
at 40 years
yeah,
old.
it's easy for the NBA players. Think about it. NBA is just literally United States of America. So the
Mm,
monitoring is easy.
mm-hmm.
But think about everybody from Europe,
True,
everybody
true, true,
from South
true.
America, everybody from Africa,
True,
everybody from Asia. That's just a lot of food for FIFA to
true.
handle. So I think it comes down to countries. So you see what the French do for their ex-players. You see what some of the European countries, Germany and the rest. But you don't see that in South America and Africa. Like I said, South America is just African extension with a little style.
But I still think FIFA can do something and then
Then we try.
basics. And then, the countries can do the most, but let that be the basics.
Yeah.
We've already got messages coming in. Oh, okay. Let me see Ibukun's message. Tegalicious. How do you assess Garnacho in comparison with Sancho? Should we not return him to Dortmund and ask for a refund?
Too late. Dortmund said no refunds for Sancho, but yeah, Camacho is a completely different kettle of fish. You can see the hunger, you can see the desire. I don't know that is useful exuberance, but you also have to understand that he has a lot more talent. I think what he needs to learn is discipline and how to play as part of the team. But he is a completely different guy. He is hungry and he's skillful. It's a little different from Sancho that is an academy product and overhyped a little bit. I'm not saying he doesn't have anything, but he's definitely overhyped, like they overhype people from his place. So Camacho very different. I think it's a little unfair to compare him. Just a little unfair. But yeah, he's a great addition to Manchester United.
Okay, and from America says Finity George and all the players that have played in Holland are by default made to invest part of their money. They don't take all their salary.
Yeah, so
I love that.
It goes from country to country.
Yeah.
So now, a lot of people that really suffer this no money after they play is Africans and South America, like I said. So that makes it even harder. And the poor part of Europe, yeah.
And some English players. I've seen them on.
Oh, those ones. So those ones.
Those ones are dedicated to losing the money.
No, exactly. But even then, till they die, they still get money. They just never get money to be frivolous with. Yeah, do you understand? Gotcha. Because it's not. So imagine somebody giving you pocket money now. Actually,
at this age?
Exactly. No. So that's what happens to them. So they've been earning
money,
exactly. They've been earning their money and they've been flexing with it. Then at the end of the day, the only money they have is the one that was compulsorily saved.
Oh, wow.
And they're giving it to them like pocket money.
Well, at least
take 10K for the month.
I kind of like that. See, you get to a certain stage in life and a certain age in life where you need both flex money and vex money. You need money that you can just smack somebody.
Oh, they don't have at that age because
they flex and vex.
They flex it away.
Gotcha. We got to take a break. When we get back, we've got more for you and your messages that are coming in. I see them. I'll be reading from Tara, from Chimalbi, Victor, all of you that are sending your messages in on WhatsApp and up on YouTube as well. So keep them coming.
So again, we saw those. Remember, there was a time that they did something about depression in footballers. Yeah. So that happens because you're an adrenaline junkie. Every week you're playing about 2 matches a week. And then you go from 2 matches a week, training every day, to nothing. All that adrenaline all that adrenaline somewhere.
It's like with the Formula One drivers.
Yes. So now you have no high. So that's where the depression comes in. So you see a lot of them do a lot of coaching jobs and they struggle. So you hear that they have a lot of drinking problems, a lot of drug abuse problems, and that's where most of their money in Europe just goes to. It's not like they're not saving, but that's where their money now goes to that lifestyle of trying to get back that high.
This is why I like the
NBA is still the best.
This is why I like the ML league, or what was that? The American league.
Yes,
because that's like your halfway house. You go there, you don't have to do as much.
Yeah, but you still retire at 40.
You retire slowly.
And it's still high. They're still a high.
Yeah, but I'm saying that let's it be gradual.
So there's still a high, but what happens with what they do with the Americans exactly. So think about it now. Already as we are, you see all the players. They're already in associations and stuff, already still working. So they leave the high of playing to the high of winning and dealing.
They should just go into extreme, like extreme hobbies.
They live your body will eventually die.
No, go bungee jumping. Your bones don't need to deal with
What I'm
it.
saying is your body, you're older, your body will eventually be tired of all the physical
Mm.
activity. So what happens is they leave that high wheeling and dealing, they go into wheeling and dealing, which is why when you hear of American players or athletes when they're getting older, you hear, oh, he committed something fraud. And they're like, the other time
You're like, oh, it's so good. I went from football to kleptomania, guys, and it was perfect. All right, people, we are back with more sports right here inside the locker room. Let's take it to the messages, and we'll take this one in from Tayo, who says, Cucurella was just hugging his opponents match after match. He knows football is not easy, that's why. And with the addition of Harry Maguire, England truly and genuinely expected to come home.
We're going to talk about that, Tayo, so we'll get your phone call by then, hopefully.
All right, and Chimalbi Victor from Alaba International says, I wish my darling Arsenal the very best of luck against Wolves, and for Marcos Oluwaseun Roos, his village people are really on his case with the way he's getting injured during any major tournament. Charles Chidozie comes in, says the English FA understands that the Three Lions won't be staying too long in Qatar, considering the manner of team Southgate has selected for the World Cup, so why give the players a break? Come back and work for the money.
All right, so we are going to be talking about that in our next story. But it's true with Marco Reus, I think he needs to ask Angel Di Maria what the secret is, because Angel Di Maria will be injured for his club. Then when the World Cup or the Copa America is nearing, you just see him in the starting 11. He's ready, and then he'll go to the major tournament and he'll play the first game. Then he'll pick up a hamstring by the second game and come back in the final. That's I don't know how he does it, but that's usually the structure of his lifestyle.
Oh, that formula is.
But going to the major tournament is compulsory for him. Yeah.
Okay, hold on. And Cruz says, Chai, the lifestyle and pension plan of sports people is way better than that of we ordinary mortals. Can we start all over? I want to change life.
Too late.
Cruz, as we're talking footballers, have you seen the size of pitch you has been running up and down?
Uh-huh.
Me, I can't do it. Thank you very much and goodbye. All right, let's talk about the England World Cup, because they've included in-form Leicester City midfielder James Maddison in their squad for the World Cup in Qatar, with forwards Callum Wilson and Marcus Rashford also selected.
Yes, so we're waiting for the Three Lions to release the list. A lot of it happened because of a lot of people were expected because of the injuries that had happened to the England defense. So Rhys James injured, Chilwell injured. We're like, okay, who is not injured? Who is available? And Trent Alexander-Arnold not playing his best. Turns out even Trent Alexander-Arnold made it to the team list. I know why Tyrone Mings didn't go. Did you see him yesterday? Aston Villa were leading. Then he came on the pitch and slipped, and Marcus and Rashford scored the goal. And then the what's his name? Bruno Fernandes ball bounced off Tyrone Mings and entered the back of the net. That's why he didn't go to World Cup. There's no need to wonder why. It's just that his mistakes can be costly. That's why he's not going. But Maguire is going, and one of the reasons that he's going is, according to Southgate, his numbers for the national team is better than his numbers for Manchester United. This is why I don't watch numbers. I like to watch football. Stop watching stats. Start watching football. Look at the form of the player. Yes, even yesterday he should have gotten a red card because he was on a yellow card and then he pulled somebody's shirt. The referee just exercised wisdom. That's the only reason, because that was a yellow card foul. But the referee just said, let it not be that before you go walk up, you collect red card. And so he did not give it to him. That's the only reason I think he didn't give him a red card. But even yesterday, he still made some costly mistakes. So, but he's going because Southgate says his numbers with the England team, English team is better. Here's the name of the person that didn't go that I thought would go with all the trouble that was happening in England. I thought Tammy Abraham was definitely going to make it. I didn't think he was going to start, but I thought if they were going to take Raheem Sterling, they're definitely going to take Tammy Abraham based on form. Turns out, Callum Wilson looked better to Southgate. He's like, I don't watch Serie A, I only watch the Premier League. Yeah, and so Tammy Abraham's not going. I'm just saying, Tammy Abraham and Fikayo Tomori, if you would have played for Super Eagles, we would have qualified for the World Cup. And you'll be at the World Cup now. But now you're at home. Support him.
What's your decision? Look at the cost of your decision.
Exactly, like the rest of us. Me and you, we are doing the same job now. Sit down, look. That's what you're doing.
Quietly eyeballing each
The
other.
difference is I chose my own. You were handed yours. So, but on a more serious note, yes, I think based on form, Tammy Abraham should have been making that list. Unfortunately, he didn't make that list. Yeah.
It's all good.
Yeah.
All right.
So let's hear your own opinions about the three lions. Who do you think should have been making the list? And do you think really Harry Maguire will come good for England? The numbers to call are
0144898981. That is 0144898981.
Okay, so
I feel like
so while we wait for that number, let's take Tayo's message because it looks very interesting.
Okay, so let's see. Let me take this one. He says, did Southgate say form for Maguire? So what about Tomori?
Okay. So again, I will say I can't argue too much for Tomori because in that double header against AC Milan, Tomori showed why they shouldn't take him to World Cup. It was just basic schoolboy errors. And so yes, you say there are times that defenders make mistakes, but when you make those kind of mistakes on a big stage where people are looking at you and have been making a case for you, it makes it hard for somebody to fight for you. Let's take the call.
Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. What's your name and your location?
Good morning. My name is Yemi. I'm calling from Lagos.
All right, go right ahead. Go right ahead with your opinion.
My opinion is that, there is this. I've known him, I've been following him for quite some time. I know that we never take Cameroon World Cup.
Yeah.
Why?
Why?
Because he knows that he's black. Again, now, he cannot, because he's different, cannot drop him and two other players that are much better than him. And that's now. Just like somebody was telling me that Marcus Rashford will not go to World Cup. I said it's good to do Marcus Rashford to the World Cup. So Cameroon should be licking his zone.
All right. Thank you. Thank you. I would say this. There are a lot of black boys going. Rashford is black. Sterling is black. And those people have actually suffered racism. Bukayo Saka is black. They're all going. Tammy Abraham is not the only black boy. I understand what you mean. Maybe his ties are a little more closer to Africa than the others, but there are black boys going.
Black. All shades and colors.
Yeah.
Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Good morning. What's your name? Good morning.
Ojo.
All right, go right ahead.
Yeah, Tammy Abraham, if you ask me, is informed. He's supposed to be in that team. And I don't know why the man decided, but I think basically that could have voice. There's this saying that the devil you know is better than the angel you don't know. For Maguire, I don't know that man. Maybe they use jazz. No, yeah, true. Because I don't know. Look at what he did yesterday. It was almost like you said, red card. Yes, but the referee was so lenient on him because probably he didn't want him to miss the World Cup because that would have been a blow, But Abraham, for me, I really fall for that guy because he's real in form of his life, and he's not going to the World Cup. That's my take.
Oh, all right. Thank you so much for your take. We still see some calls coming in. We can't pick all of them at once, but let's take another one. Let's take this one.
Okay. Hello. Good morning. Hello. Good morning. All right. We're about to go off if we don't hear an answer from you.
My name is Kenneth. I'm calling from Baganali.
All right, Kenneth, go ahead.
No, the point is that if you followed English football in the last 4 decades, that's how many of their coaches are. They tend to love certain players and just pick them for whatever reason, whether it's race, I don't even think it's race. But they tend to love certain players and they pick them regardless sometimes of the form. Football is reliant on form. And the English style of play, they are not very technically good. So there are even people that should rely more on the form of players than any other thing. So I'm not an English supporter, I support Brazil. I'm going to Qatar. So
you have switched just like that.
Yeah, that's Maguire. If he plays, and many of those players, people will be away with them. So I'm actually happy. Southgate was doing better when he was kicking people on form. That's why he went far. But now he's reverted to their normal way, and I wish them the best. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, Kenneth. All right, let's take some message because time is fast.
Yes. We're getting to the end of the show. So up on YouTube, we got this one in from Aiko Suji, who says, involving Maguire means they will go home soon. Good news for Arsenal because Saka won't be drained.
You know?
And LK Adirogba says, this is the tournament that will get Southgate sacked. He's an average coach whose best achievement was Middlesbrough. The players will give a push and the FA thinks it's the the players will give a push and the FA thinks it's the coach. Sure, it says. And Tayo says, see how Abraham was pressured into English 3 Lions and bam, pensioner status. Can these guys switch allegiance? I hope other players like Izzy and Alicia are watching how these teams are omitting certain players.
Yeah.
All right, back to the phone lines we go. Hello, good morning.
One calling from Lagos.
Oh.
Sorry.
Hello,
Okay, say that again. We didn't quite hear you.
calling from Lagos.
All right, go ahead.
How can it succeed with that defense that has no?
Oh, so sorry. We're going to have to end that call. You know what? Just in time to end the show because the signal was really bad. So sorry, person from Lagos. I didn't quite get his name because of the signal. But let's just take this final message in from Mosh from Amale, who says, the 3 Lions team is good, but Maguire, Gallagher, and Calvin Phillips were surprise selections. Tammy and Tamori will get their chance, but that's what they get for picking to represent a stacked country. Imagine a Barry Eze, Tammy, and Tomori against Ghana. Just imagine.
Yes, just imagine. We would have been at the World Cup by now and I've left people here. To manage it.
Me?
I will do Zoom.
We would do a good locker room. Hi guys, so this is the news today.
From Qatar.
And then they will all join you in Qatar and be sending me messages. Chakwa, we don't want. Thank you and goodbye. All right, that's that for the show. Tega, it's been absolutely fantastic. Don't worry, we'll get you there somewhere or another, even if we keep the Brazilian nationality.
Anyone, I will lap and go. Anyone.
Okay. But until then, in fact, please, if you have any idea, just send her a message up on Twitter. She's at Tega Supreme. She's taking all suggestions as to how to get there without Team Nigeria, who is staying here. Thank you. And make sure you also find out what Ladies in Sports International is up to. They are at LIS International up on Twitter and up on Instagram. That's all for the Locker Room, folks. It's time to let go and go into the weekend. Take out, go in peace. Bye. I'll see you on Monday.
Bye-bye.
All right. And for you, Lagos, we got 9 o'clock staring down at us. Lagos Talks then.
8.1.
Yeah, but leave me a bit. Let me go and sleep.
Yeah. Bye.
I need to sleep.
What are you going to do after?
I have nothing.